So I've been sick the last few days, but I've got some exciting news. I've relaunched my Patreon with new tiers and exciting new things, so let's check it out. I'm turning my Patreon into a publication. I'll be releasing a quarterly zine and a monthly print for patrons. This might be crazy, but since I sold 105 plus copies of my zine, I figure it's worth a try. I already have ideas for 2 to 4 more publications, and lots of ideas for my monthly signed prints. And this vlog will be where you keep up with all of it. This week, I'm sharing the route of my next zine project, tentatively titled 10 Rolls of Film. Say that 3 times really fast. It started with a shoot with Holly recently, and that's all I'll say for now, but I'm excited for this next step. I'm going to embrace the zine nature more, and also take more cues from Todd Hido's smaller book releases. As fate would have it, I have been blessed with inspiration in the form of a trio of Mamiya RZ67s, which I recently purchased from a retired professional photographer for a sinfully low price. He just wanted someone to use them, and also supplied me with a near brick of expired 220 color film. I have not only a zine title and concept, but also a method of shooting that will kind of give me some guidance, and that's all I'll say for now, but I'm excited. And real quick, here's something fun I like a lot. You can actually see all of the Museum of Modern Art's in New York's exhibitions online, like documentation and a lot of times pictures of the actual hanging and the works involved, and press releases, and if they had catalogs and stuff like that. And of course, this means all the various MoMA photography shows, including this favorite fashion show. Anyway, there's a link in the bio, and this is totally worth checking out. I won't go into too much detail because you should be looking at it. So, making a zine, as you can see in some other great videos, can take a good deal of work and consideration. I've been in publishing since my teens, basically, so this is pretty much second nature to me. My second zine finds me in a fortunate position of having a vision from the start. My first zine, Loneliest Colors, still available by the way, link in the description, was not born of that circumstance. So to start, I pulled my recent work into a hidden gallery on my website and spent a lot of time with it, and I also shared it with others, friends and other artists for opinions and insight. It's important a lot of times to not just share it with people who will tell you that it's great, but it's also important not to just share it with somebody who will crap all over you. You need a diversity of opinions and insights. From there, I began to test the layouts. As I went through permutations, I became more and more sure of what I wanted to do. Here you'll see how I laid out the pages in Adobe InDesign. You could certainly find another person to do this for you, or you could use software through a publisher like Blurb. And I'm always an advocate of having professional help with design. I just so happen to be a professional graphic designer and a publication designer at that. Still, I tried dozens of combinations and changed photos and pages all the way up to the time I submitted it to the printer. Speaking of printers, you do have many options, from the traditional photocopied zine to websites like Blurb and others. And I almost went to Blurb. I even ordered a test print for them, which was also a great way to test my layouts and stuff like that, and juxtapositions and all. But then I remembered Espresso Print Cafe in nearby Tyler, Texas, and that's where I found a great dedication to quality and an understanding of accurate color, and I knew I could actually go there and see it and make sure they were getting it right. Even better, they were competitively priced. So they're probably going to be my publisher from here on, and I'm super excited about that. And here we see examples of other zines. You'll see my zine, Loneliest Colors, which is the standard magazine size with glossy paper, full color, pretty sleek for a zine, really. But then you'll also see Willem Verbeek's America's Playground zine, which is really excellent, by the way. Smaller form factor, more traditional zine size, but also with these neat gatefolds and poetry. It's just a completely beautiful project. So, as you can tell from even these two publications, there is a wide variety of options you have when printing a zine, which is one of the really fun things about doing zines. And that's where we'll leave off for now, but keep coming back to see my progress on this and other projects. You'll see me put the Mamiyas into action and how I reconcile my digital and analog workflows, both technically and philosophically. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Oh. Where am I?
You sit before the Photo Tribunal to answer for sins against photography.
I was just editing photos on a computer,
And I am the master of the tribunal, Lord Photon. And though I am Lord Digital, and they call me Lord Analog, we decide who is worthy of being a photographer and an artist. And we notice Jamie Maldonado, host of Camera Insecura, that you have sinned. Lord Analog, read your grievances.
It's a little difficult to see in this light. I can't really see my paper.
And Lord Digital, have you found grievance?
And I have found grievance.
It seems to me you have a flagrant disrespect for photographic boundaries.
I am guilty as charged. The way I see it is that these are all just tools, digital, film, and so on. Even just doing different genres of photography, from analog to digital, from a Nikon to Canon or Pentax or Fuji, color and black and white. It's all just tools. It's all just means of expression. If I can channel my feelings with a film camera and taking a digital photo of it and using the advantages of digital editing with the advantages of film photography, maybe it's just easier to not see things or to have that forced limitation. I know I could just get a 256 megabyte card and just shoot one picture at a time on a digital camera, but that's a lot of work to create a limitation. So the way I see it is analog is a lot more flexible than these new analog photographers think it is, and digital is a lot more helpful than all of you think, and they're a lot more compatible than you think. And I like to think of myself as a hybrid shooter. I shoot film and digital, and I have no problem crossing that line. I don't care about the rules committee. Whose standard do we agree on? Do we agree on digital, analog, internet, in person, old people who don't get digital people who don't get old people? There are a lot of old-time photographers who are crotchety old people who just don't get that you can use film for things that aren't perfect clarity and fine grain. And there are young people who don't get that you can use film for perfect clarity and fine grain. And these old people think digital is like just logic. It's just so you could just shoot on digital and probably shoot one digital camera for a decade, or you could always chase the new thing. Well, you're going to be doing everything except for what you want to do. So if something sings to you, it doesn't matter. Take digital photos of a screen. If you want to take photos of the screen you're editing your digital photo on, and then blow it up to the size of the wall, if it gets the look you want, cool. There's a million ways to do everything in Photoshop too. If that's easy enough way to get to what I want to do, and it helps me arrive at what I'm trying to say, and that's something interesting to say, I can do it. Anyway, I don't have time for these stupid rules. I gotta take some photos, okay?
I am Lord Photon, and I know all. I don't think you know what you're doing. I don't see you with a camera ever.
When was the last time you took a photo?
What's an ISO?
It's ISO.
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 ISO. Does this thing have Snake on it? You know that little game where snakes go around the screen?
That hasn't been on anything since Nokia.
Your voice changes.
I can be anything I want to.
So can I.